Another concept that's important in this unit is from Chapter 6, the concept of learning by doing. And I don't know that this needs a screencast, but it's an important area of economics that you would have seen had you taken a prereq to this course, so I just thought I'd connect this topic with the way economists think about this kind of thing. Anyway, in the context of a hospital, learning by doing means it refers to the phenomenon that hospitals that do a lot of, say, heart bypasses, whatever, we see empirically that those hospitals get better at them. The more a hospital does the particular type of heart bypass, the higher the rate of success, the higher the probability that patients getting heart bypasses live a long, happy, healthy life after that. So when we look at hospitals, we see this tension in studying hospitals between, the usual notion in economics is, hey, the more firms, the better, the competition lowers price, consumers benefit, that's great. But with hospitals, it's a little different. It's more like what we call a natural monopoly, where if we could funnel all the production to one firm, that firm seems to get better and better and better and better and better. We get, in economics, we think of that as lower and lower and lower and lower unit costs. Here, the output isn't number of heart transplants per se, it's number of successes divided by number of total heart bypass operations. So it's really the probability of success is our output there. So if we get more output, a higher probability of success for the same cost, we have lower unit costs. So we see more competition among hospital cuts both ways. On the one hand, maybe there's pressure to reduce costs to consumers, which would be great. But on the other hand, if we have a bunch of hospitals, just each one doing a few of each operation, well, then we don't take advantage of this learning by doing phenomenon that enables people to survive more with more likelihood these very complex operations. So the concepts of competition among hospitals is a complicated one. In economics, we refer to a graph, and basically we map output against long-run average costs. And average costs are just total costs divided by the quantity of output, or in this case, the quantity of output would be the probability of success. So hospitals doing just a few operations, let's call that Q naught, it's very small, would have, maybe the operation would cost the same, but because the probability of success is so low, that's in denominator, we would have a very high average cost. But then the hospital that's doing a bunch of these things, yeah, the operation, you got to pay the team roughly the same, etc. But because the probability of success, that's your output, that's in the denominator, that's so big, remember a big number in the denominator is going to lead to a small, in this case, long-run average cost. This is supposed to be a 0. That's supposed to be a 1. Anyway, the way we see this in relationships in the economy is just this hyperbola, this long-run average cost. This is another form of economies of scale. And if they're just continually, if average costs are continuing to fall with output over the entire range of demand, we call this a natural monopoly. So it may well be that the best outcome in hospitals or in hospital markets is to have one or just a couple of firms, and that's frankly what we see.